Hey, and welcome to the Jessica Paul podcast. I'm your host, Jess Paul, actress, manifestation expert, and mindset coach. And I'm here to share with you all of my secrets on confidence, success, and the magic of manifestation. If you're ready to dive in deep and see more success in your career, more money in your bank account, and more love in your life, with a whole new level of freedom, then you're in the right place. I'm letting loose on everything you need to take back control of your life, up-level your mindset, and tap into your manifestation powers. I'm so excited that you're here. Hello, gorgeous souls, and welcome back to the JP podcast. It is I, Jess Paul, here to help you manifest the life of your dreams. And we've just come through Christmas, and I hope that you've all had a lovely time off, spending it with family. If you couldn't spend it with family, I hope you made it magical for yourself. I just got back from home. I did manage to spend Christmas with my family. There was a little hiccup with my sister, my sister's fiance getting COVID, but she did manage to see us for, even if it was for a shorter time. So it was lovely. My sister's fiance is fine, by the way. He just had to isolate over Christmas, but my sister cooked him lots of food and left it for him, so he was fine. It's just it's shit, let's be honest. Like, none of us really expected to be going through another Christmas with COVID in this way. However, we work through it, we make it work for ourselves, and just sending lots of love to those that maybe didn't have the Christmas they expected to have this year. Also, let's get real around how you actually feel around Christmas, around any of these kind of like festive holiday times, because by the way, it's okay if you don't feel like it's the most wonderful time of the year. For a lot of people, it's not. And actually, even for me, going back home is highly triggering. I have had to work through a lot of shadows myself for my family life, and I'm still working through them. But, just know that it's completely freaking normal to feel triggered, to feel lonely, to feel energetically exhausted around your family, around extended family. Personally for me, I won't speak for anybody else, but for me, I'm like the most introverted extrovert you'll ever meet. I need my time, I need my own space and energy, and sometimes going back home for me, because I have quite a big family, it can feel quite overwhelming sometimes, and a lot of triggers do come up for me. And it's just basically making sure that you know how to work through these things. You know when you need your time, you're disciplined with that, you're good with setting boundaries. It's all about that, and it's just learning about yourself. And this is what this work is all about, is unraveling so that you know yourself so well that if you're put in a situation that highly triggers you, you know exactly how to move through that. And yeah, personally for me, that happens. Doesn't mean I don't love my family any less. I absolutely freaking love them, and I've got the most supportive family in the world, but things come up, shadows come up all the time. This is what it's about, and it brings you more clarity. So, just for those of you who maybe haven't, maybe around Christmas time it is triggering, or it just feels weird, or, you feel energetically exhausted from all of that, all of that time with your family, that's okay. It's completely fucking normal. But other than that, I have had a gorgeous Christmas, got lots of nice things for my new flat, which I really wanted, because my environment is so important to me, which again is another reason why I have to live on my own. I'm the type of person that I need that space for myself. So, and I also want my surroundings to be exactly how I want them. So I've spent a lot of time this holiday making my flat all lovely and creating the environment I want to be living in, basically. I've also had a break from social media over this holiday, and actually it's the first time in a long time I've done that, where I've really just put my phone away and spent that time with myself and my family, and it was so freaking refreshing. And I tell you, the amount of downloads I've had in that time, this is just proof that when you lean into your feminine energy and you just stop, things flow in. And I've got so many exciting things coming your way in the new year 2022 is a year of major up level, because over the past 2 years for me, I've done so much shadow work, and I've taken a lot of action, clearly. But for me, it's like, this is going to be a whole new level of deepening my spirituality, like going in on healing parts of me that have literally been repressed for so long. This year is going to just be the year of it all, and calling all of those amazing manifestations in. So I'm feeling refreshed. My flat is looking great. My environment is how I want it, and I'm ready to go. And I'm going to be also heading into the new year with my brand new academy, because guys, the doors have officially closed now, and this group of women is incredible. Like, that I handpick everybody who comes into this academy, because you all have to be on that level where we can just go in. And I just feel that every single woman in here is so freaking ready to create the life of their dreams. And so over the next 3 months, we're going in with that. But if you missed out on this academy, and if you kind of thinking, oh, damn it, I wish I'd like joined at this time, there's going to be another round, but also there's going to be so many things coming up for you. Just like I said, I've had a ton of downloads over this Christmas period, and I'm going to be bringing out all sorts of workshops, all sorts of free content, all sorts of everything for you guys. So just make sure that you are inside my community, you're in the Facebook community, you're on my Instagram account, and you're just staying in there with us and just staying connected, because I've got lots of juicy things on the way. So guys, it's New Year's Eve. We are heading into 2022 tomorrow. I mean, I'm recording this a few days earlier, but it will be New Year's Eve when you sit down and listen to this. And I just want to use this episode really to like give you the boost you need moving into this year. It's a new year, but I just also want to I want to talk about this whole new year, new me thing, because let's be freaking honest, your new you starts whenever the frick you want. Right? It starts whenever you want. It doesn't start at the beginning of a new year. The new you can start in the middle of the year. It can start at the end of the year. It can start whenever the fuck you want, right? But start it today. Don't hold off, right? So for me, 2022 started literally about 3 weeks ago. Because you want to be that person, right? You want to be that woman who sets yourself apart from the rest of the crowd, right? Because you're special. You're listening to this podcast for a reason. You're wanting to uplevel your life for a reason. And that's because you want to set yourself apart. Like, be that woman who wants to start today, who wants to get the ball rolling, get the momentum going as soon as possible, right? For me, I always love this period running up to the new year, because that's my chance to go in whilst everybody else is kind of sitting back and slowing down. I speed up so that when I actually move into the next year, I'm so alive, I'm so ready, I'm raring to go, right? So this is the way you want to think about it. If ever you're wanting to start something new, or you've set a new goal, don't wait on it, don't sit on it. And I want to talk about how we do this in a loving way, because so often like you'll hear this whole new year, new me, right? Let's get on it, like setting all these goals, and let's be fucking honest, how often do they actually stay consistent, right? Usually you're on it for about 3 or 4 weeks, and then it suddenly drops off, and that's because you've not come at it from the right angle, right? We want to be setting these goals for 2022 in a loving way, in a really, really freaking loving way for yourself. So we want to talk a little bit about your self-love moving into 2022, because that is the most important thing. So here's the thing you need to know, guys. The next level that you're all aiming for in 2022, right? These big goals, the next level is you, right? The vibe, this new vibe is you. The shift is you. You are that success story. I literally put a quote on my Instagram the other day and everybody loved it, right? And it just said exactly that. It's honestly simply about deciding the woman that you want to be, and then making 2022 the year that you become her, right? So what I'm saying there is that, there's a lot of people out there that may be doing the same thing as you. right? Maybe you're an entrepreneur listening to this. Maybe you're another coach yourself, and you're in this spiritual community, and you're wanting to, and you're a light worker. Or maybe you're a creative. You're an actor like me, and you're in this sea of other creatives. There are a lot of people doing the things you want to do, right? What you need to know is that shift is you. There is nobody out there like you. So if you're not focusing your goals on yourself, on how you can be a better person, on how you can up-level you as a woman, as a person, right? If you're not focusing on that as your main goals, then everything else is just going to crumble around you, right? That sounds really dramatic, but it's true. Like, you know, when we think about setting these goals and these big desires that we have, we can often forget that the thing that sets you apart from everybody else is you. So unless you are focusing on you and giving yourself that love, time, and energy, then everything else becomes unattainable. So you've got to nurture her, right? You've got to nurture this woman, this powerful freaking woman that you want to become in 2022. You've got to know who she is first and foremost, right? Who do you want to be? How do you want to show up, you know? These are the sorts of goals that you've got to set for yourself, because it's in stepping into this woman that everything else flows in. Like, what's the point in anything else? At the end of the day, I could set the goal of making another 100K, or you know, getting another TV job, which, yes, like I said, are on my vision board. They're all in my vision. But if my main aim isn't just to feel the most freaking confident and powerful and bad bitch that I've ever felt, then what's it all for, right? Because at the end of the day, it's about how you feel, and we manifest based on how we feel. So if you're not focusing on that, then everything else becomes pointless. So guys, I would not have manifested the TV jobs, the new flat, the car, like the money, you know, the 6-figure company. I would have not manifested any of that stuff if I hadn't have focused on myself first. If I hadn't have loved myself and put my goals into my self-love. Like, my genuine goals, like this time last year, moving into 2021, was simply, I'm going to love myself more fiercely. That was my goal. That was actually probably one of my only goals. And then the rest of the, like, you know, other the other kind of physical, you know, tangible goals that I had, you know, in terms of getting that TV job and doing all of that, that was like, they were all my other little goals, but they weren't my main goal. My main goal was me and focusing on me. And so this is the really, like, what you've got to be thinking moving into 2022. Set aside all of those other goals that you have for your career, you know, or anything like that, and or your finances or anything. Set them all to one side. They're all very important, by the way, because goal setting is a major part of your vision and it should be exciting. But set them all apart for 1 second and just focus on you. What is it that you want to change and shift and grow and expand within yourself? And guys, that goal that I had at the start of 2021, which, like I said, was simply just to love myself more fiercely. Like, that's my goal every single year. Like, that's my goal every single day. How can I love myself more fiercely? Because at the end of the day, there was no way I was going to be able to manifest the things I've already manifested, and continue to manifest more money, success, you know, everything, if I don't set that goal for myself. So, like, it's literally like the standard for me. And that's why, if you haven't even thought about that yet moving into 2022, if you're too caught up in what action do I need to take to get from A to B, and, you know, who do I need to talk to and who do I need to email, and, you know, if you're coming at it from that very masculine perspective right now, and you're not actually just sitting back and thinking about yourself and how you can love yourself more moving into 2022, then you're going to find yourself in burnout. And that's not where we want you to be. You know, that's not where you need to be. So actually set the goal for your self-care, you know, as I said before, focusing on you, because there is truly no one out there like you. And if you move into 2022 knowing that about yourself, really truly feeling that, believing in yourself, you're going to achieve so much more. So, really it's about stepping into that feminine and just allowing yourself to take time out for you, to stop, to process. What do I even want? What is the woman who do I want to become? And actually in doing that, there's a big misconception with, stepping into this feminine, especially at the start of a new year, because at the start of a new year, everybody is predominantly masculine. And what I mean by that is everybody is predominantly pushing. Like, I'm so motivated right now, I'm going to achieve X, Y, and Z, and then literally a month later it all drops off. You fall off the track. Because when you're too much in your masculine and you're forcing things in life, you always eventually crash and burn. Whereas if you're moving into 2022 in that feminine of being like, you know what, I am allowed to stop and take time out for me. I don't have to do everything right now. I've got all the time and space in the world, right? Then you're going to find yourself moving with much more ease. But there's this misconception that if you step into that feminine at the start of a new year, you're slowing down. But actually, it's the complete opposite. The whole point of this self-care and taking time out for you, and by the way, doing it intentionally, because there's a difference between self-care where you're just kind of stopping and having a bubble bath or watching Netflix, and actually doing it intentionally, doing these intentional rituals around your self-love, focusing on you, empowering yourself, firing yourself up, right? The fact is, when we do that, is that we speed our vibration up. So if you're focusing on that and you're allowing that feminine moving into the new year, actually you're going to be so sped up. And when your energy speeds up, when your vibration speeds up, so do your manifestations, right? They come in so much more quickly. And for me, I only had a call about this the other day with my academy ladies. We had a catch-up call. We had a deep coaching session before coming into the new year. And everybody that comes through my academy, and also for you listening and for everybody in my audience, you're all high achievers, because I am, right? There's a reason why you're attracted to me. There's a reason why you like listening to me. It's because I'm a high achiever. I know what I want. I love stepping into that bad bitch side of myself and going and freaking making it happen. But the fact is that I am also predominantly in my masculine. I love taking action. I love being fired up and pumped up and ready to go. But equally, that means that I have to work harder at my feminine. That means I have to work harder sometimes at stopping, which is exactly what I did over the Christmas period. And like I said at the start of this podcast, because I stopped, I actually had way more inspiration flow in. I had way more downloads from the universe. And for that reason, I know now, moving into 2022, what I'm going to go off and create. So you've got to understand that about yourself as well. And this is after years of me working on this stuff and knowing my body and knowing what I need to do. But, that self-care, that focus on you, that goal setting for you and you as a woman, that's your foundation. So actually focusing on that, stepping into that feminine, is speeding that vibration up. And you're going to see yourself move with so much more ease in 2022. So anyway, guys, after all of that ramble and I would say lecturing coming into 2022 and how we navigate it, I want to leave you with 3 main tips for really moving into this new year with speed and with momentum and not ever dropping that ball. Because here's the thing, I've just been banging on about the feminine, but the way that we actually move into 2022, actually achieving things and not falling off the track, as I said before, is through doing the thing, freaking doing it, firing yourself up. And so I'm going to give you 3 tips to help you maintain that momentum moving into this new year. Okay, so the first tip, guys, is get ready vibrationally. This is literally everything I've already spoken about on this podcast, okay? So it's about believing in you. right? Put the focus on you, focus on your vibe, focus on what's going on with your energy first. Your energy is it's something that it's tied in with your mindset. Your mindset is obviously, you working through your shadows and working through those beliefs about yourself, but your energy, what energy are you bringing into 2022? I like doing this. I do this at the start of every month, by the way. So this is actually a podcast that you can go back to. This episode, you can go back to at any point in the year, at any point in your month, and re-listen, because it applies like all the time. We should be focusing on these things all the time, every month. And every month, I like to set a vibe for my month, and I like to also set a vibe for my overall year. And really what I mean by that is that you want to ask yourself, what kind of vibration do I want to be living in? Is it the vibe of abundance and feeling like that bougie ass bitch? Or is it like the vibe of healing and going deeper into your healing process? Or is it the vibe of confidence and just, building upon that self-love? Like, what's the vibration that you want to be focused upon for the entire year? And this is why we do this. This is why we reassess this every month, because it will change. And as you grow, the different vibes that you want to step in will grow. So, it's something you continue to do, but it just gets you focused moving into the year. And when you get ready vibrationally in this way, and you believe in you first and foremost, and you're focused on you, and you're doing your feminine rituals, and you're really working on your energy, you become a safe place for your desires to flow in. This is the whole point. This is the reason why we work on our energy and we work on these energetics of success, because, if you're vibrationally wobbly, then your desires are going to be like, oh, I don't want to be in that environment because it's wobbly. You want to be a safe, grounded place for your goals to be accomplished. You are the home. It's all to do with you. Like I said before, you are the success story, right? So that's what this tip is about. It's about getting prepped vibrationally first and foremost before anything else. Okay, so my second tip moving into 2022 is get back on that vision board, guys. Get creating, get creative. I love tapping back into my vision board, because when you've got that vision there in front of you, you don't drop the ball, right? If you're always seeing it, if you're always seeing what's up there, what the future that you are creating every single day, you will find it easier to keep that ball in the air, to keep that ball of energy going and to not drop off the track. So, and again, with this, in my rituals and, I teach in the academy and everything, this is always growing too. Of course it is, because as you expand, your goals expand. So I do like to make lots of different vision boards for, short term, long term, all of this. But, create your vision board for the year and just map it all out and enjoy that process as well, because actually in doing that and just setting that time aside for you to make that vision board, that's you already stepping into the feminine and, giving yourself that time that you deserve. So your vibration is already being raised in that moment. So enjoy that process. It's a fun process. And really what a vision board does for you is it just starts to normalize all of these amazing desires that you have. It normalizes it. When you absorb things, absorb it subconsciously every single day. You might not even be looking at it consciously, but you might catch it out the corner of your eye as you walk into your living room or wherever you've got it up. And over time, what that does in your mindset is it goes, okay, well, this is a normal thing for me now. If I keep looking at this Netflix logo, that's going to become the contract that's in front of me soon. If you're an actor and you want to get on TV, okay? So these, if you get it up there, it just starts to normalize it for you. And this just gets you focused and clear. And that's what we all need moving into a new year. Okay, guys, so my third and final tip moving into 2022 is to connect not just to the goals that you have. You know, when we're goal setting, like I said, it's great. You've got all this stuff on your vision board. You know your direction, fantastic. But connect not only to that, but to your burning desires. Like, what's actually the burning desires that you have within you? Because honestly, sometimes when we set goals, and this is something we assess right at the start of my academy, because firstly, often we don't even set goals that are big enough for ourselves, and that is silly, because if we don't see it, if we don't vision it, then we can't create it, right? But also sometimes we set goals that we've been conditioned to believe we should be setting. You know, if someone's told you, oh, you're good at that, and you think, oh, maybe that's what I should do then, or, you know, a family member has kind of dictated what you should be doing, and you're again, subconsciously, unconsciously setting these goals and thinking that's what you want, but actually your higher self might want something completely different. So this tip really is for you to connect to your spirit guides, connect to that spiritual side of you, and ask your guides, like, you know, what is it that I do actually want? What are my burning desires? Not just a simple desire, but a burning one, because it's those burning desires that show you what your purpose is, what your truth is, what your dharma is, you know, and that is the thing that you want to go after. Because if you go after your burning desires, you will always win, right? You know, when people start to set goals on, maybe like you want to create a business and you're like, I want to become an entrepreneur, and you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You're doing it because you just want to make money, but you don't actually like the business idea or whatever, and you just think, oh, well, I should be doing this. You will eventually crash and burn. Whereas if you are following truly what you believe your purpose to be in life, and and the desires are always burning within you, and you know you're so passionate about them, you will never fall off the track, you know, when it's a deep passion. So really just ask yourself, okay, I've got these goals, but what are like my burning desires? And sit into that. And like I said, if you don't know, then just ask your spirit guides. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. It doesn't have to be a big deal, like a big ritual or meditation. When you do that, you just simply ask and trust whatever comes through in that moment. And that's the direction that you want to be taking your year in. So guys, to sum this episode up then, basically moving into 2022, freaking believe in you. Believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, then how the hell is anybody else going to believe in you, right? This is how we become successful people, is if we back ourselves 100%. So focus on you, put the focus on you at the beginning of 2022, and just move into the year prioritizing yourself, setting higher standards for yourself, and knowing that first and foremost, you freaking deserve it. And secondly, you are that bitch, right? Going all the way back to my first episode when I told you all, you are that bitch that can. Like, you can, and you are doing it, you know? And again, like, as I said, start today. Don't get caught up in the prep and the planning too much, you know, because a lot of the time we can do that. We can spend like weeks being like, oh, but I've got to set my goals and know what I'm doing next. And really, like, truthfully, sometimes we can do that in a day, and we don't need weeks to prep and plan. Just get going, you know, just understand the balance between that masculine and feminine, and taking that time for you. As I said, the first tip that I gave you was getting ready, preparing vibrationally, understanding your energy, focusing on your energy, knowing that you're worthy of focusing on that energy, and then go off and make it happen, right? So yeah, just going over those tips again for you. Number 1, get ready vibrationally, believe in you. Number 2, get on your vision board, enjoy creating that vision board, you know, just have fun with the process. And number 3, connect to your burning desires. Okay, so they're my tips for moving into this new year. And again, like I said, these tips, like, you can use them every single freaking month or every week or whenever you want to just get fired up and to give yourself that kick up the ass that you need. Like, this is what this episode is here for. You know, it's not just something that we do, this prep and this, you know, this holding up that ball of momentum and keeping going in this way isn't something we do at the start of a year. Like, it's something we do at the start of every day. You know, every single day be waking up and thinking, how can I love myself more fiercely? How can I focus on me? How can I get ready vibrationally for this day? You know, like, they're the sorts of things you want to be thinking about every single day. But moving into the year as a whole, just keep that ball of momentum in the air. You know, you never have to let that drop. As I said before, I'm the type of person, you all know me, if like you follow me and you're in my audience, follow me on Instagram at I am Jessica Paul. It's always tagged in my show notes. But you know me, I am never slowed down, right? Even in the moments where I take the greatest self-care, I came off social media, like I said, over the Christmas period, my vibration didn't slow down. It sped the fuck up, right? And that's how I live my life every single day, understanding the balance of stopping and tapping into the feminine and then moving in that masculine, gorgeous flow. Like that, understand that balance in your body is so important, because your vibration then never dips. You're always sped up, you're always fired up, you're always ready to go. And that's how I want you to enter into 2022, and just know that you can freaking do it. Keep going, that's my main message, because you're powerful. And as I said at the start, you are setting yourself apart from the rest of the crowd. Whilst the rest of the crowd is going to be kind of wobbling moving into 2022 thinking, oh, what are my New Year's resolutions, which I don't believe in, by the way, and they've slowed down over the Christmas period. You're going to be the one that is sped up and moves into 2022 with that fire. So basically, I hope this episode has been a good one to get you pumped up for the new year. Go and enjoy your new year, whatever plans you've got going on. And of course, like, if you've enjoyed this episode, please do share it. Tag me in your Instagram stories. Share it with a friend who will love it. Because we want to push this out there. We want to get you all feeling inspired and believing in yourselves. So lots of love, guys. I will see you all in 2022, and I'll chat to you all soon. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend who you think would love it too. And if you want to let me know how you found it, just screenshot this episode, add it to your Instagram story, and tag me at I am Jessica Paul, so that I can throw all the love right back at you. And of course, subscribe, hit those 5 stars, and leave a review to show your support and to keep the good stuff coming. Sending you so much love and gratitude from your girl Jess.